Welcome to the celebrated nightly news of Calaveras County. My name is John.
And I'm Kim.
And we thank you for stopping by on Wednesday night. And we had the pleasure of going to the first
of the season,
Calaveras Arts Council.
Music in the Park.
And tonight was held at the beautiful new Coppertown Square.
Yes. Quite a lot of people there.
Yeah, and the band was a great band. They really had
They were actually called, Second Wind. And they were a doo-wop band. They were actually very good.
That's what it was called, technically? Doo-wop?
Yeah, their band's name is Second Wind, I'm sorry. And it says, sail away with the smooth harmonies of this group from Amador County, whose specialty of doo-wop has prompted them to subtitle their music "Doo-Wop That Won't Stop."
Doo-Wop That Won't Stop.
Yes, and they were very good. I don't know if he was the lead singer or one of the guys actually came out into the audience a couple of times.
It was very nice.
Serenaded.
Oh yeah, it was very cool.
A couple of women and danced with them, and it was.
Did he serenade you?
He didn't. No, I was working the video camera, and I was like, "Please don't come over here."
He didn't serenade you?
No, he didn't. Darn it. Here we go. Very good. This is such a fun thing to do every Wednesday night. Who's our sponsor tonight?
The Calaveras Arts Council.
Calaveras Arts Council is our news sponsor this evening. We'd like to thank them.
And this was a lot of fun.
Yes, it was.
And it was a packed.
Yes.
Packed. Let's see if we can do some slideshow here. Here we go. It was a packed.
There were people
Coppertown
actually lined up
Square.
along the streets. Plus, the park itself was filled. A lot of people were smart. They were actually sitting along under the businesses in the shade. Mm-hmm. This is quite a fun, neat thing to do. It occurs every Wednesday night at a different park in Calaveras County.
Right.
During the summer months, and it's very cool, actually. And we actually have the schedule here. Let me see who's coming up next week. Next week is going to be Coyote Hill at Valley Springs Ball Field, which is lively bluegrass, folk, and jazz.
Nice.
Starts at 6:30 p.m. So bring a picnic dinner. They usually sell wine and beer on the premises. I don't know about any other soft drinks, or they didn't have that available tonight, I know. But so bring your picnic basket filled and go have a good time.
The Copperopolis Area Business Association was selling wine and beer, and the kids had a good time.
Mm-hmm. Everybody, our dog had a good time. Everybody had Cookie had a good time.
Yes, the dog even had a good time. Now this was a full look. This is a nice shot. Look
yes,
at
that is.
Now
look at all those people.
That is from the gazebo in the Coppertown Square, and this is looking out on the crowd.
Plus, there were people lined up around each business, all around each business. Did you see that?
And there was almost not quite as many people as were at Woodstock, but.
Day on the green.
But from this shot, you would never know, right?
No, you would never know.
Yeah, I mean, from that shot, it looks almost, it could have been,
Good times, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's a very good time. Did you see the guy out there singing? Did you see him?
Yep. Oops, let me go back. You see, and one of the Castle and Cook's bigwigs is a former supervisor, Paul Stein. And I think I got a shot of Paul Stein here. Maybe it's here, and I was going to give him a bad time because he was talking on his cell phone the whole time.
He was he working?
I know. He must have been working some deal. And so I was going to, it's like, it's at your place. There you go. So, anyway.
He's working. So next week is Coyote Hill. The following week is the Matt Cullen Trio, which you see a lot of those.
Oh, yeah. He does a great job.
He does a great job.
And he also makes great coffee.
Yes, that's true. And he's going to be they're going to be at the Mountain Ranch Community Park on July 2nd.
All right.
So that was what we did this evening. What else did you do today?
What else did I do today?
Yeah.
Well, let's see.
We have a new article from the Pine Tree Peddler.
Yes, we do.
Who actually did something very neat. This is something he's been doing. He actually started, he helped start this group.
Brett Loring, the principal of the Hazel Fisher School.
is now our pine tree peddler, and he actually, let me read a little bit of his story.
All right.
Team Will, a nonprofit Sacramento-based group cyclist whose mission is to raise funds and awareness for childhood cancer research, just embarked on its second 10-day ride to reach the day from San Francisco to D.C. with full medic and SAG support. The Pine Tree peddler, Brett Loring, who did the 2006 ride from San Francisco to Virginia, rode 115 miles of Shift 2 on Monday from the rally at the Capitol to Truckee in Team Will's June 16th through 26th ride. You want to read the rest? I don't want to click read more.
Oh, let's within months of let's see.
I start right there.
All right, this is going to say a little bit how it got started.
Yes, very, very
It all
nice.
started with a group of guys on mountain bikes, retrospectively wishing they had seen the country from a bike before they settled into careers, families, and adult commitments.
Yes, exactly.
When they were young, William Kiefer, who put all this into perspective for them, Will, a twin to his sister Grace, was the 17-month-old son of one of the cyclists. At the time, Will was facing cancer treatments for a tumor. The guys started talking right there on the trail. Team Will was born. Plans began to unfold for a cross-country bike trip dedicated to William and the mission of raising awareness and the funds for childhood cancer research through cycling activities and events. An endeavor much bigger than a bunch of cyclists just having fun. Within months of Team Will's inception, Team Will lost his battle to cancer, but with the fervor of Team Will became even stronger.
We're going to get fired.
I know. Well, here you go. See, Team Will became an even stronger as the group began supporting Will's family, holding rallies, fundraisers, and
awareness campaigns leading up to the ride to reach the day of 2006, when 16 riders formed 4 teams, each team taking a 6-hour shift throughout the day and night to accomplish the ride in 10 straight days.
That's right.
That grassroots ride raised over $90,000, of which about 2/3 went directly to childhood cancer research efforts through Cure Search National, Childhood Cancer Foundation, and Children's Oncology Group. Very cool.
So it's
we
have
the full story and some pictures taken by the Pine Tree Peddler. We'd like to thank him
Brett
for that.
Loring?
Yes.
There's one in front of the Capitol. There's all kinds of stuff.
Very nice.
All right.
So,
and a little bit on hard news stuff. There was no fires today to speak of. Was there anything?
There was no accidents. There was
any
nothing.
Little fire reports? It was a very, very calm day.
Yes, it was a very calm day,
which is a good thing.
A good thing, yes. We also have a new article up by another one of our columnists, Ken Churches, who does a gardening column for us every week, actually. Sorry about that.
Yes.
And this one is on cool composting is not a heap of trouble. And the hot composting chick that he sent with his article.
The hot composting chick?
Yeah. It's courtesy of Ken Churches.
So that's not you and Boots?
No, I wish. I wish I looked that good.
So that's not... Oh, okay.
No, darn it.
All right, now if you want a bigger picture of the hot composting chick with Ken's article, you'll have to go to thepinetree.net.
Yes. Okay.
All right, there she is.
Yes,
Boots,
there she is.
shovel.
Very cute.
And she is ready to compost.
Yes, she is.
Now, and she's got her shovel there, so she's going to turn that compost pile and aerate it, because you have to practice proper composting technique.
And thank you, Ken, for always being so kind. Yes.
And for a couple little bit from it here, we didn't actually read any of the article.
How about if I read it, so you don't start getting the sneezettes or yawnettes or whatever.
There we go.
Whatever it is when you start reading.
Whatever it happens, yeah.
Compost is good no matter how you heap it. Whether you have fancy containers or just a pile on the ground, you can recycle this year's garden trimmings into compost for next year's flowers and vegetables. Simple piles work well, but some people worry that their compost pile does not get hot.
So that's why you need a hot chick.
That you need a hot chick. That's right. To do your composting.
To get your composting warmed up.
Yes.
Because you need to heat up your pile.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, and that's the.
If you cannot get the pile to heat, all is not lost. The pile will still break down slowly. Weeds, seeds, and disease organisms will not be killed, but you will still have compost eventually.
So hot composting is safer than cold composting.
Okay.
All right?
Yes.
So if you're going to heat up your pile,
Yes.
it kills more organisms and bacteria
Yes.
than if you had a cold pile.
Exactly.
Right?
Yes.
So
maybe you can give her a call and have her come out and do your composting for you. I'm not sure about that. We'll have to ask Ken, right?
it might heat up your pile.
It might.
It might. You never know. All right. Anyway.
Something that's kind of exciting that was just released today is the proposed Calaveras County budget for 2008-2009.
Exciting?
We have all 432 pages on the pinetree.net if you'd like to take a peek at it.
I don't know if I'd
for
call
your
it
viewing pleasure.
exciting.
Well, the budget hearings start next week. The first one will be held on Tuesday, the 24th, at the Board of Supervisors chambers at 10 a.m. The next day, June 25th, 9 a.m., Sequoia Room at CalWorks, and Thursday, June 26th, San Andreas Town Hall. If it does continue that long, a lot of times they get it finished in one day, but if not, they will have to continue into the next 2 days. So
This one, we have a feeling, because we talked a little bit to some department people today.
Mm-hmm.
This budget, it could be the start of a Donnybrook.
Okay. All right, and that's all we're going to say.
What? It could be the start of a Donnybrook?
Yes. The county is what? How much over budget were they saying?
No,
About $1
depends
million
on how you
something?
read. Yeah,
Okay.
how you do it. But there is, some departments' funding is going up. But if you project out revenue streams from some of the departments
Yes.
going into next year, you can only start seeing.
Yeah, we
you
spoke
probably see-
about the sheriff's response the other day. Sheriff Downham's response. If he was to cut 10% of his budget, it would be over $1 million, and it would be a
Right.
huge impact on the sheriff's department. He feels. So we have the press release on that from him.
Yeah.
So this should be interesting. So that starts Tuesday morning at 10 a.m. and we have all 432 pages for your reading pleasure.
And sure.
And also, there is going to be a Don Pedro training burn. The California. Actually,
You don't want me to talk
this
more
is-
about budget?
This is. Go ahead.
No. I'm just no.
No, I thought you were done. Go ahead.
I am done.
No, go ahead.
I mean, there's 400 and some pages. Look through it. Some budgets for departments go up. Some have down or stabilized. But it should be interesting because as the budgets get tighter, look for. I guess this is the best way for at least objective journalism to look at it. Is there will probably be more. There could be even some interdepartmental pressure.
Okay.
So that's one thing to look for. So you follow if you care about your county government,
follow the hearing.
follow the budget
we will
process.
have the full
Yeah,
video
follow
of
the
the
budget
hearings.
process.
It's important. Yes.
Yeah. All right.
And Hannah's new husband is going to actually be participating in this Don Pedro training.
Oh,
burn, I
really?
believe. Yes. He is at
Wow.
the academy now in Columbia College. Remember, he's
Yes.
attending that
Yep.
academy. There will be a Don Pedro training burn. Let me see. The Department of Forestry and CAL FIRE will be conducting a training burn on the north side of Don Pedro at Bonds Flat Road. The burn is scheduled to begin at 8 a.m. and end at 1 p.m. on Thursday, June 19th. Approximately 9 acres of grass will be burned during the exercise.
All
And I
right.
believe she's going out to cover that. This is part of their training.
They hope only 9 acres.
Yes, they hope. Let's hope it's not windy tomorrow. So
Just
that is
kidding.
taking place tomorrow. If you happen to smell smoke in the area, don't panic, because they are doing a training burn, and they have their graduation is, I think, the following week.
Wow.
For
So
the CDF
if they keep
Academy.
it to 9 acres, they
Yes,
get their
they
diploma.
get to graduate. Yes.
Is that the?
And this is kind of a cool thing that we received today. I think this is actually kind of cool. Would you like
Sure.
to read
No,
about
go
it?
ahead.
My mouth is hurting, so I'm.
Oh, okay.
I didn't
All
want to
right.
do a lot of, but I'm afraid if you talk, you're going to start yawning and sneezing. So.
The Calaveras County Service Extension Unit of the Salvation Army is holding an opportunity drawing to raise funds to send kids to camp. The Calaveras County Service Extension from the Salvation Army is holding an opportunity drawing to raise funds to send Calaveras County kids to camp. There are 2 camps held each summer. One for children ages 7 to 12 and the Extreme Teen Camp from 13 to 16. Each camp has numerous activities for the children. Each child has attended in years past has had a wonderful and fun learning experience. And so they are auctioning off
A beautiful quilt to help pay for the kids that can't afford to go.
Yeah.
Because to send one child to camp is $190 for the younger and $250 for the teen. So there's been this lovely quilt
So
donated.
if we wanted to go to camp, what would it be like? A couple grand?
Probably.
So if it's like, isn't that the way?
Can we go to camp? I want to go to camp. That was fun back back then.
Yeah.
Yes.
You get to, sleep in bunks. I mean, I remember the camp I went to, I actually slept in a wagon.
Which one did you go to?
They had a bunk wagon.
Is that the one that you took me to recently?
When
we were first married?
Well, they had a bunk.
To reminisce, and you wanted to stay there, and I'm like, no, there's mouse droppings in the sink.
That's not part of the camp. That's not part of the camp experience we're promoting here.
Okay.
But we actually had bunk, like Conestoga wagons that slept.
How old were you when you?
Well, they didn't have those anymore. They dismantled them. But when they actually had like giant-sized Conestoga wagons.
Weren't those uncomfortable?
Well, we had mattresses on our bunks.
Oh, there was mattresses on your bunks. Okay.
Yeah, but I remember the bunks were like 3 high.
You still have your sunglasses on.
Oh, it's
not
okay.
Very bright in here. I don't think we need some.
You're sidetracking me from my camping story.
All right.
Okay, my camp story is that the bunks were like 3 high.
Uh-huh.
And I was on the second bunk. And I remember this poor kid on the third bunk fell out of his bed.
Oh, no.
And luckily there was nothing really hurt. But this poor kid, he was in the middle of the night in his sleeping bag. He fell probably like 8 feet.
Oh,
I mean,
did he get hurt?
I guess not, because he woke.
My goodness.
But it was just
kerplunk.
Oh man, he went
probably
down.
Hard flooring, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, it was just wood floor.
Or was it shag?
No, it was wood. It was wood floor. Yes, and it was the early 70s, but
now the cabin that you
shag.
took me to when we were first married, because you wanted to show me the camp you went to when you were a kid. I remember it having shag, lovely. I think it was like maybe a lime green shag.
And it was still from the 70s, right?
And there was mouse droppings. So I said, we are not staying here. We're going to a hotel. Remember that?
Yes.
That was in Yosemite, or close to.
It was in Yosemite. It was in Wawona.
Yes.
What's that have to do with the news tonight? Nothing. All right.
It's Wednesday. It's like there's not a whole lot of news.
All right.
Something kind of fun that's going on this Friday evening is the chamber ribbon cutting ceremony and frog unveiling at the Terrace in Valley Springs. And this is for the new Valley Springs Chamber of Commerce office. They will actually be having a ribbon cutting for themselves, right? Mm-hmm. The ribbon cutting and frog unveiling will take place at the Valley Springs Chamber of Commerce office in the Terrace at the corner of Vista del Lago and Highway 26. This fun event is open to the public and everyone is encouraged to attend. The frog that will be unveiled is one of the painted frogs of Calaveras County that will remain on display at the Valley Springs office until auction in October. Now, this shopping center is very nice. We highly recommend going to it. They have a wonderful bakery. I think we've talked about this before.
If you're on a diet,
it doesn't matter. You
stay
have
out
to go.
Of the shopping center.
They have a wonderful.
Right?
They have the Common Grounds.
Well, no,
coffee
the
place,
Healthy Habit.
Yes, the Healthy Habit. They have a lot of. Well, they actually have very delicious non-dairy. What's that stuff called? Yogurt or whatever.
So if you're going to get a chocolate eclair from the bakery, you wash it down.
I usually get both. I usually go to there and get a yogurt, then I move in here and get something else too.
Okay.
And they have the Mongolian Fusion barbecue place. That's wonderful food. They have the Common Grounds. Now they have Curves, which you can go exercise after you're done, right? They have dry cleaners coming in. It's a very nice shopping center.
Coming up soon, they're even going to have Day on the Green.
Which is probably coming up here pretty quick. You say it's going to start this summer?
Yeah, they're going to have Days on the Green. Mm-hmm. Because they have a pad that has not been leased yet. It's like 5,000 square feet of lawn. So they're going to convert this to hold concerts and everything else and have a day on the green.
Yes.
So that way you can waddle over and get an eclair.
Hey, you're the one that gets the eclairs. I don't.
Those are pretty good.
They have really good lemon pies, though. I do know that.
Oh, okay. And I had one of those.
Yeah. Well, no.
What pie did you have? I had no.
You had a whole lemon pie.
No, I'm just kidding.
You had an eclair, but gosh, it's just remarkable. They're going to be expanding. They're going to be having sandwiches, and they make ice cream cakes, custom order.
Yep.
So anyway, if you're in Valley Springs, you got to go to the Terrace Shopping Center. So also maybe that's a good chance for you to actually go to the frog unveiling and chamber mixer.
There we go.
Ribbon cutting this Friday.
And there was also a meeting that was held today that we didn't go to.
Yes, we didn't go to.
And I got chided. I got chided for it this evening.
Which one? That one?
Yeah. Supervisorial candidate Gary Toffanelli chided me.
He did?
Yeah, because he said some of the other members of the press were at this meeting.
Hey Gary, you want a job? Yeah, I don't think everywhere anyway. Why not help us out, right?
Alright, but anyway, it was,
He gave you a bad time for not being there, huh?
yeah, so
You were actually at another meeting this morning when that was occurring, right? Remember? Our meeting we had at Starbucks this morning.
Yes, we did. We were having a staff meeting.
Yes, we were. So.
Well, hopefully new staff.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So that was this morning.
All right.
We are just.
We're not really. All
Hospital has opening ceremony for new infusions room. Did you see that?
I did. Well, tell everybody about
At
it.
a morning celebration, Mark Twain St. Joseph's Hospital in San Andreas cut the ribbon to officially open new infusion rooms to be used for blood transfusions, antibiotic infusions, and future chemotherapy programs. The infusion rooms were made possible through the generous support of the Sequoia Woods Men's Club in memory of Bill Abbey and John Trench. The Men's Club was represented at the celebration by Harold Hood and John Vasquez, and a plaque honoring Mr. Abbey and Mr. Trench was placed in the corridor. The rooms are outfitted with comfortable lounge chairs, flat-screen TVs with wireless headsets, DVRs to help pass the time during the sometimes lengthy procedures. Very nice. That was held this morning, it sounds like. We're going to be having a ceremony tomorrow at lunch for the gentleman.
But he works nights.
He works nights,
So he
so
wanted
they
to
actually
sleep.
took care of the business. They already gave him
The award.
for saving a person's life on a Southwest flight last week.
Yep.
Yes, he's an ICU nurse at Mark Twain St. Joseph's Hospital.
And did you talk about the angel auction?
Oh, that's actually next weekend. But yes, go ahead. I did not.
All right. While we were kind of on Arts Council stuff
Yes.
and things like
Look at
that.
that. Isn't that beautiful art?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
The angel auction is upcoming next Saturday.
Yes.
All right. The date is Saturday, June 28th at Camp's Restaurant, Greenhorn Creek. Last year was held at a winery.
Which one? I don't remember.
Oh,
So much time
man.
has gone by.
Oh, it was held at and my mind.
Which
I
one
can't
was
spit it out.
Ironstone?
No, it's on Penn Gulch. It was held
Oh,
at
yes. Vineyard, Indian Rock Vineyards.
It was held at Indian
That's
Rock
right.
Vineyards in a
It was
nice.
like luau style.
It was gorgeous.
Yes, it was.
It was held at Indian Rock Vineyards, and I'm sure that it will be even prettier at Greenhorn.
Yes.
But it was held last year at Indian Rock.
I don't know. That Indian Rock's pretty out there.
Well, I think they can.
So Saturday, June 28th at 5:30 p.m.
Yep.
Camp's Restaurant in Greenhorn Creek. Now's the time to reserve your attendance for Mediterranean Mystique is a theme that has been selected for this year's angel auction.
It's nice. I like when you read off my computer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
A benefit for two respected nonprofits, the Calaveras Arts Council
I was just seeing.
and Mark Twain St. Joseph's Hospital Foundations. I can't see, so I have to come
there
close.
we go. All right.
And Mark Twain St. Joseph's Hospital
and what's
Foundations
it-
to campaign a new digital mammography.
There we go.
There you go, your favorite thing.
Yeah. Okay. All right. We better go. All right. Anyway. Well. Anyway.
So that's coming up next weekend. We will talk about more what's happening for the week on the weekend. There's a lot of stuff going on this weekend, tomorrow night.
And if you haven't caught the Board of Supervisors video from Tuesday, if you didn't get a chance to catch it on Channel 9, we have the replay up on our site, thepinetree.net.
Yes.
And a little thing on these are always on demand anytime you want to catch up on county government as
we
it
have
happens.
all of them.
In fact, we have them going back until February of 2006.
Yes, we do. So we have them all archived.
What do we
Just do the
figure?
search.
Over 2,000 hours of video?
Yes, we do.
So you could just watch...
For a year or so. Sit and watch video.
You could.
One quick thing I wanted to remind people of, because we won't see him until tomorrow evening at... Maybe we might be doing this. I don't know. Discover Calaveras Hotel Leger Style is tomorrow evening at 5:30 p.m. at the lovely historic Hotel Leger in McCallum Hill.
In Moke Hill.
Yes, you didn't want to forget about that. Tomorrow evening at 5:30 p.m.
And just to get a head start on tomorrow's news, okay?
Okay, we've already got tomorrow's news.
Well, if you're coming up, seriously, if you're coming up on there where you see on the crawler down the right-hand side of her side, if you look at some of these news feeds, the early morning feeds are coming out of Japan already.
Mary Tyler Moore.
So it's already tomorrow.
To join Lipstick Jungle.
There we go.
Don't do that. Is there a show called Lipstick Jungle? There must be.
North Korea to soon produce a nuclear declaration, the U.S. delisting to follow. Israel and Hamas have a Gaza truce pact that has gone into effect. Darfur rebels on trial for attack near Khartoum. The Mary Tyler Moore.
I used to love that show, Mary Tyler Moore. Did you used to watch it?
See,
it was one of my mom's favorites.
You didn't seem interested when I was talking about Darfur.
I know who that is. I know who Mary Tyler Moore is. I don't know who Darfur is.
Caviar for the masses. There's going to be a new lower priced variant of caviar in Japan. And China has moved 70,000 from the Quake area. And the other thing that was coming out of China is there is a JAL labor dispute, ground 7,000. And also, what was it?
Ground 7,000 passenger airline, okay.
Yeah, and the other one there was in the Olympic torch protests that were happening over there in Tibet area now. I guess there's still 1,000 people unaccounted for.
Okay.
So the Chinese government's like, don't know.
So we have tomorrow's news already up on our site. Like to take
we
a
do.
look down the right-hand side for national news.
And we hope you have a good night because we're running out of time. And
we'll
we will see you tomorrow.
Night. Thank you.
Good night.